Have you wondered about SSRIs and psychedelics? Are you a person who maybe is on SSRIs and you're thinking about experiencing psilocybin, doing an intentional journey with plant medicine or other psychedelics? Well, this video is for you. This is Eddie with A Mindful Emergence, where Margaret and I bring you mindfulness, movement, and breathing practices for your healing and spiritual transformation. We're in the waking up business, and most of our work now is with plant medicine. And many people have come to us over the last few years wanting to experience psilocybin and wanting us to help prepare them for it, integrate the experience, and they're on SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. SSRIs are the most commonly prescribed medication for depression. And depression and anxiety are very common right now in our culture. Many people are prescribed these SSRIs. Prozac is probably the strongest of all of them because they feel that this is what they need, or at least they've been talked into it by a doctor. And in many cases, it's helped them tremendously. I just have to recognize that fact. But what I also know is a lot of people have come to us and said, I'm tired of this. I feel numb. I'm not getting anywhere. And what we know is that these medications suppress the symptoms. And maybe that's what people need in some cases, but it doesn't help us work through whatever we need to. So they come and they say, I want to do psilocybin. Well, the first thing we say to them is, we're not doctors. We don't give medical advice. And I think that's really important. I want to double down on that here. I'm not giving you medical advice, but I can share with you some experience we have and some knowledge that we've gained. And here's what we know, that serotonin, what it does, the SSRIs, what it does is that it helps maintain high levels of serotonin in the system. It interferes with the reabsorption or lowering of the levels of serotonin, keeps them up there. Well, serotonin is the same receptor that psilocybin and many of the classic psychedelics act on. So you've got two substances competing for the serotonin. And what happens is that the SSRIs can have a blunting effect on the experience. So people take what might be a recommended therapeutic dose, even a heroic dose of something like psilocybin, 4 or 5 grams, and not much happens. Now, the fact that not much happens could be attributed to a number of factors. But if you're on SSRIs and you take psilocybin and nothing happens, there's a likelihood it's the SSRIs that are blocking or blunting the effect of psilocybin. So some of the people that have come here, many of them have said, I want to get off the SSRIs so that I can do the psilocybin. And what we tell them is check with your doctor. These are not playthings. If you're going to titrate off, if you're going to come off of SSRIs, it's very important that you do it with the supervision of your medical provider, whether it's a psychiatrist, a PA, whatever it is. It's very, very important. And it needs to be done slowly and carefully. And when you finish coming off of it, you need at least a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and in the case of Prozac, maybe longer for the half-life of that medication to extinguish itself, and you'll fully be available for the full experience on, for example, psilocybin. So if you have questions, reach out to us. There's a lot of information that we can provide. There's a website called Spirit Pharmacist that's really good. You can look that up, or we can provide information. But ultimately, you need to get your medical provider involved in this discussion if you're thinking about tapering off. And I can tell you this, a lot of these psychiatrists and PAs, they understand where we're going with this plant medicine. They understand and value the fact that there are other options, and some of them are very open, and they'll be very supportive in helping you titrate off. Um, and, you know, maybe when you titrate off, you'll find out you got to get back on. It's hard to say what the situation is, but talk to us, talk to your doctor. And if there's a will, there's a way, as they say. So, anyway, I hope that's helpful. Please leave your comments if you have any experience with this, any suggestions, any other links besides Spirit Pharmacist that might be useful. And thanks for watching.